Hi there, and welcome to the world of UGI, which stands for You Got It. Today in this video, I would like to do three things. One is show you the do's and don'ts of doing a plank on the UGI ball, which is one of my favorite things to use this ball for. The second is the do's and don'ts of wall balls versus throwing them on the ground. And then the third thing is I'm going to show you some very basic moves, and then we can go from there. So the first thing with planks, and I'm going to demonstrate. Planks are typically done for most people, if not on forearms, which we'll talk about that in a minute, is on your hands. And so when you're on your hands, always you want your joints lined up. You want your shoulders over your wrist when you're on the ground. When you're doing a plank with the UGI ball, you're going to do it a little differently. Your hands are going to be out, but you're going to actually take them to 9 and 3, like as if you're on a clock, okay? So if you see here, I'm going to demonstrate for you. You're going to go into your plank, but instead of your hands being straight, they're going to go on the side of the ball. And from here, there are a bunch of different things that you can do. You can do cross mountain climbers, you can come to the center, you can do leg lifts, or you can just hang out. The next thing is if you want to do something on your forearms. The difference on this is you do not want to be on your elbows. You want to actually come into your full forearm, pushing into the ball, and then you come into your plank. If you want to step it up to the next level, what you can do is push the ball out and pull the ball back in. But don't lose your form and end up pushing it on your elbows. You want to push flat in on your forearms when you're doing this, okay? I always suggest starting with that and then working up towards the pushing out of the ball, which is great for your rectus abdominis, which runs right through the center of your core. So that's the do's and don'ts of doing a plank. The next thing is wall balls, and I love to use this for use it outside. When you have friends that you're working out with, you can throw it back and forth with each other. So wall balls for sure, and it's like you're sitting down in a chair. Make sure your knees are over your feet, and you can push up. And the nice thing is, because this ball is light, or squishy I should say, you can throw it up against your wall, and as long as you don't push too hard, it's not going to go through. What you don't want to do with this is you don't want to use it as a medicine ball. It is very, very sturdy. They're beautifully made. The squish factor is really what it's all about. But unlike a medicine ball that you can take and slam it into the ground, that is the one thing you don't want to do with this for sure. So wall balls, etc. Now, what is the UGI workout? When the ball was invented, when UGI was invented, it is a 30-minute barefoot, all over your body exercise. So you're doing cardio, core, and strength training all in 30 minutes. It's 30 moves for 30 minutes. So it's a minute per exercise. And the thing I love about that is you can get through just about anything in a minute. So even if you're dying and you're struggling and you're straining, it's only a minute. And the other thing that's nice is it goes by so quickly. So if you're doing a full UGI workout, the warm-up and the stretching is inherent. So a couple basic moves you can do is you take the ball, you're rolling it side to side, you're pushing it out, and you can do that for a minute, okay? Some other warm-up kind of moves are some side lunges. You're holding the ball from underneath and away from your body, which engages your biceps, right underneath, or you can hold it to the side. You can do twist moves, etc. Okay? One of the things that I like to do when I'm training clients is to try to mash up exercise as much as possible. So if you're doing a squat, you can take the ball and push it up over your head. You can throw it up in the air and do squats that way and catch it. Fingertips, nice and light. Just get you warmed up. A minute. Okay, this is just another example. Okay, here are your wall balls again. Okay, and then you could even do side wall balls where you want to pick your foot up and come over to the side. There are so many variations of different moves that you can do, pushing side to side, balls nice and soft, go from one movement to the next, switching sides, side to side. I'm going to show you another great exercise that I love, and one of the reasons that the squish factor makes such a difference here. What you're going to do is you're going to take your knee and you're going to go right into the center of the ball. This is one of my favorites, okay? To start, your back foot's down. You're going to put your hands at the top of the ball. So right, if you see my knee, my hands are holding right here. So you can do all types of leg lifts, get our backsides ready for the summer. If you want more of an exercise, and I can see my head's out of the frame here, but that's the way it goes, you can pick up your back foot. And now I'm working my core while I'm working my glutes, my hamstrings. You can bend in. There's a million variations here too. So that's it. Those are my 3 recommendations to start. One is, again, doing the planks on the ball. Instead of having your hands out like this, have them to the side. Many variations there. Wall balls like crazy. When you're working out with somebody else, you can throw the ball back and forth. Don't slam the ball on the ground. And then I just showed you some very basic moves to start. But it's really about the succession of the moves, 1 minute each. Great tutorials on YouTube. And I may actually put some videos together over the next week to share with you as well. Finally, if you have a friend or a family member that you think would find value in having this amazing tool at home, I will say that some of the sites are starting to get more of the UGI balls in. They are $130. They come with discs, which some people like, but the wait time on the delivery of them is quite long. If they're local here in Fairfield County or in Westchester, they can either pick the ball up for me or I will deliver it, whatever's convenient. But I would really like to give the opportunity to as many people as I can for the handful of balls that I have left, if somebody needs it. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for buying the UGI ball, and let's keep the discussion going. Love and peace, and have a great day.